Audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Nick Hexum and Peanut are both here from 311.
What's
New CDs called Evolver, and it is, where is it?
2 weeks away.
It doesn't exist.
No, we don't get it.
But we're hearing some new stuff, though, aren't we?
Yes.
Tonight? The advanced single is out, Creatures for a While.
Do we get to hear two songs?
I'm hearing two songs. I don't know if they're both new, but... only one new song. I got an explicit email from the record company, said no new leaks until...
Yeah.
You know what happens then.
Kids, they download.
Yeah.
They want everything for free, today's generation.
Imagine that.
In my day, we paid.
A lid was $20.
Yeah, dime bag was
A dime
an
bag?
actual dime.
Yeah.
That's why they called it
They
a
didn't
dime
call
bag.
it a dime bag then. It was just half a lid.
How's the weed going, guys? Still going cool? Going strong? Mellowed out?
Sure. Going good.
It's hanging in there, but...
It's going good?
Yes.
We it's funny, this show is like a clinical study, you know. We see, like, I like the weed on the band. You know what works well? Two things work good on guys: age and weed. Which is, Drew, think about the people we see in here. Like
I remember House of Pain and Cypress Hill. Weed worked.
Right. What I mean is, those guys came in here 7-8 years ago. They scared us.
Yes.
We see them now. They're hugging us.
They're slower.
Talking about wallpapering the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, everyone's friendly. But with guys, actually, time works like weed for guys.
Yeah,
which
testosterone levels fall.
I was thinking about, like,
And estrogen levels rise.
That's
yeah.
right.
I mean, like,
just time.
like,
People start gardening more.
Just the time.
like
Weed
like
or not.
Rob Zombie would be in here like 6 years ago. He was a prick, you know. Now he's in this. Hi, fellas. How are you? Good. You know, he says these guys get sweeter as they get older, whereas women get mean. Yeah.
Yep, more testosterone
They get
for
more.
women.
That's right.
That
Testosterone goes up.
I mean, this is what goes
That's
on,
in fact
right?
what happens.
I mean,
Everybody flip-flops.
a guy who was, and there's a lot of guys. I mean, if you live long enough, you'll see all these sort of aggressive a-hole guys you remember from high school and in your days after high school turn into sort of mellow, soft-spoken guys in their later 30s.
40s.
And then, it starts to kick in about mid-30s where they start to mellow pretty good.
Yeah, for that. Yeah.
Right, and then the women that were sweet as sugar are now throwing their cigar at you and calling you an MFer. They get haunchy.
You know, I was listening the other night, and some guy was talking, and Drew, you were like, "You smoke weed, don't you?" Just by something in their voice. I've heard you do this before. It's the laugh.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
They go. No, it's not that laugh.
Yeah, you gotta. You have a little cough in your laugh.
No, it's like laugh. They can't produce a laugh. It's like it's vapor.
You're trying to laugh, but yeah.
It takes so much energy.
Yeah. Plus, whatever I said wasn't that funny.
Right.
And
They're forgetting what they were
over
laughing
there.
about.
Yeah.
That happens.
True. You could smoke a little weed and laugh it up once in a while too, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey, let me say this about 311 though. 311, too smart to ever be dulled by weed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
my theory. Where smart people can do as many drugs as they want. It doesn't catch up to them. I mean, they can do heavy drugs, and not until they're in their mid-60s does it catch up to them, you know. We never do this. Right? As a society, we just go, hey, drugs are evil. Drugs are evil. Drugs are evil. They make you stupid. They kill your brain. Drugs are evil. But the reality is if you're a highly intelligent guy, you smoke a ton of weed, it dulls you down just a hair. You go from 132 IQ to 128. But if you're hovering around the high 80s and you smoke a ton of weed, now you're retard.
So Adam, you're out.
But you can't do
low
anything.
90s, that's
right.
You can do too much of anything, and if you just smoke weed, you will slow down a lot. You know, that's what is good about being in a band and experimenting with something soft like that. You know, because we stretch our minds all the time with all the music that we have. We have 150 songs we've played.
It keeps you sharp.
Close to 50.
It's very mentally challenging.
4 gold records, 1 platinum record, 6 million records sold in the U.S. alone.
That's right.
Those are low.
Yeah, those are a little low. We got 2 platinums and everything else is gold.
Well, you know,
and a platinum video and a soon-to-be gold video.
Really?
You offended our guest, Adam.
Yeah. Sorry.
We know our stats.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but we don't take that seriously.
How do you do a gold video? You just sell that many videos?
50,000.
That's right. It's like records in Canada, 50,000 you're in.
Really?
Right, that's a
Boom.
gold record in Canada, yeah, which we still haven't done.
I never hear about gold, videos going gold or whatever.
It's because no one does it except for us
Well,
and
never
Pantera.
on Pantera,
Yeah.
Dave Matthews.
on Dave Matthews.
Well, yeah, and
Jaguars.
But the videos,
hell yeah.
the videos are full length, or they're like concert videos and stuff. Is that not videos of
few
a
live
song?
songs, and it's
It's the
like
whole
behind the
gamut.
scenes interviews with fans, making of an album.
Is that
A lot of humor, actually.
Is a lot of that internet stuff? I mean, in terms of sales. I mean,
No,
your fans.
it's at Warehouse and
possibly.
Sam Goody. It's normal stores. But
It's just weird because you don't really see them advertised that much. You don't hear about most bands talking about them or pushing them or anything.
That's
like
what kind
that.
of fans we have.
Yeah, you gotta have
people that'll
hardcore
soak
fans.
up everything.
Yeah, especially the weed. All right, let's. Are we gonna hear something off the new CD?
Right now?
I don't know.
Towards the end of the segment.
End
there's
of the
only one
segment.
song, so you might as
That's
well.
one
kinda-
song.
Yeah, we can
Build
play
for it.
We can
Yeah.
play it a bunch of times.
But
if you
we
want.
should milk the one song.
Yeah, we'll lose all our listeners if we play it up front.
Yeah, we
Why?
can't
They
have
wouldn't
that.
listen.
They
It was
played it.
just
No,
us.
they just want to hear the 311 song.
And you've
What
just
about
got,
the other nights when 311 isn't here? You idiot.
And you've just gotten as controversial as we have right off the bat, talking
Yeah.
about herbs. So
Yeah.
that's as crazy as we get.
Well, you got. Wait a minute.
It's
Last
all
time,
home
who
improvements
was-
and advice.
Cars.
Yeah,
I know.
and cars.
Yeah, we're talking about cars last time with Nick, right?
The E55.
Oh yeah. Did you get this? You got that new Mercedes? had that ordered last time we were talking.
They didn't put out a 2003, so there's a 2004 still on order.
Oh really?
Seen 'em-
But they're
seen 'em
showing
around town every
They're
once in a
showing
while.
up around city. They told me I'd be first, but
They're fine.
there's got to be some like billionaires that like stepped in front of line, even though I had a deposit down there
Yeah.
years ago.
Is that like the V8 or they have the V12 with that car?
V8, 476 horsepower.
Wow.
It's a
Supercharged.
V8 with a supercharger.
Let me tell you
Wow.
this, gents. They just gave me the CLK 55, the
That's what you have up
AMG.
there?
Gave.
No, not gave. They gave it to me to drive around for a week.
That's what you have right now?
No, remember
still good.
remember
I thought
2
that was
weeks
the
ago?
SL55.
Oh, what was it? The SL?
Yeah, that was the SL55.
The little thing.
Yeah, the little one.
like a Porsche kind of.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not hip on my Mercedes. I'm more of a BMW guy. But the
All
point is the thing had 493 horsepower. It was
My
the
God.
AMG rocket ship. Man, was that thing fun.
And it was little.
So, yeah, little except for only, you know what I liked about the Germans? It makes something the size of a Miata, but it weighs the size of a Suburban. It weighs, it's really it's like 4,300 pounds and something the size of an MG.
Right.
Yeah. All right. God bless them, though. That's the Tiger tanks back in WW2. That's how they survived. Thick armament. They're heavy. They blew the crap out of our Shermans. Same theory goes into their sports cars. Beth?
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, you got to admit the Germans make good-looking stuff. Like you see those Tiger tanks next to the Sherman tank, you go, oh, that's a better-looking tank right there.
I
Looks
think time
good.
is over.
I'm
Beth,
not up on my tanks.
you're 18.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, I have 2 questions for you. The first one, I've been with my boyfriend for about a year and a half, and I can only orgasm during oral sex, but I've listened to you guys long enough to know it's normal
Good.
at my age. But the problem is, when I climax, I urinate. Like, I
Oh,
feel
ouch.
the whole orgasm, but it's just urine. And
Yeah.
I was wondering if there's any way to prevent that.
Do you evacuate your bladder before you get started?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not urine. Maybe it's the female ejaculate.
It smells like urine.
Smells like urine. You know when it's urine. And so your
Yeah.
boyfriend is down there when you do it?
Yeah.
How does he feel about this?
Well, we talked about it early in the relationship, but it
He didn't.
really,
He didn't bring it up before you brought it up in conversation.
Yeah, we brought it up. We're really comfortable with each other.
No. He didn't bring it up when it happened the first time.
I wasn't sure the first time because he's the first one that's actually ever.
Yeah, but he must have been sure. He
I
was
think
there.
you're pissed in my mouth.
No,
Damn.
I think he's actually kind of naive about it because he's never done it before.
So he figured this is just what everyone does.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
see.
if he even knows that's what's happening all
okay.
the time.
Yeah.
All right,
this
so-
is the way it works.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So he didn't. So you talked about though after you did it to him, right?
Well, after I kind of noticed it wasn't really.
All right. Is he okay with it or not?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I mean, it's
No.
embarrassing.
Yeah. Look, this could be a sort of novel treat maybe once or twice, but if this would get old pretty quick, getting a mouthful of urine, would it not?
I thought you were a heavyweight.
No, not with that stuff.
You're lightweight.
Yeah. I don't need a mouthful of urine.
God, those people are quick.
Yeah, it's one guy.
One guy, just acting like many people.
It's like an octopus with his
Well, what's
fingers.
the potential downside other than the grossness, Dr. Drew?
There's no medical downside.
Yeah, urine's
This is
not
just
so
her.
bad for you. I mean, what kind of
Supposed to
diseases could be transferred?
No, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's good for you to drink someone else's urine?
Well, you don't have to drink it, but I've seen, those shields that people put on sometimes when they're in the workplace.
Yeah. You mean like a welding mask?
Yeah, kind of like a welding mask.
Yeah, but you're just talking
How
about
about some saran wrap?
You're talking about the one the guy uses when he's at the buffing wheel.
Yeah,
That
exactly,
shield.
that big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dental damage.
Yeah, but how do you get
doesn't
your
do anything.
tongue? How do you get your
What is a
tongue
dental
through that?
damage?
We have to shave it off a little bit.
For Soxus Mike.
What would you have to
That-
have, like a hand towel at the ready to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
There you
block?
go. It's,
Something like
right?
that?
You accommodate it.
Simple answer.
I don't know. You got to get the
pretty
timing's
rough.
got to be good because it's right at the climax. Right when the real contractions begin, that the urine probably squirts out like a sea anemone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You owe him big.
He's just gonna have to rough it.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, will Kegel exercises help? I mean, because I have I have a really small bladder.
That's a
Lost us.
great Kegel exercise. Is just contracting the muscles in the pelvic floor, basically.
Couldn't quite,
It's a
right?
great idea, but it's in what I've heard from people. It doesn't do much. It's just one of these things. It's your little quirk, and he'll learn to love it. And
Really?
it's, interestingly, it is called the sea anemone syndrome, Adam. Just
Thank you.
coincidentally.
You could. I had a friend of mine got drunk when we were in Mexico and did put his dork in one of those.
A sea anemone.
Yeah, or the. Well, one of the ones that look like vaginas on the
Sea
rocks.
anemone.
Yeah, one of them.
Why?
We were drunk. He's, it's like we dared him.
What?
Why not? It's not like having sex with an animal or anything.
Come on.
And what happened?
He married it. No, I don't know. What happened? He put his penis in it. It was no big deal. It's kind of funny.
Oh my God!
You never been to Mexico and after sea an enemy? Come on, buddy.
That's normal.
311 has, right?
Oh
No?
my God! I haven't lived.
Not since breakfast.
All right.
Oh my God!
All right, let's keep rolling here and speak to Andrew, who's 17. Andrew?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, hey.
I have a couple questions for 311. First off, I'm wondering if there's any rapping on the new album.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yep, very tasty.
Nice.
Here we come a-trucking in.
That's cheering. That's not rapping.
Well, it was rapping in 1981.
Yeah, I don't think we're really focusing on that anymore. I think we're really trying to explore new avenues. We think that the rock rap thing is, I think, don't let me speak for everybody, I'm just a bass player, is kind of run its gamut, and it's time to really explore real musicianship and real lyrical ideas and timeless melodies, and rapping can only go so far.
Do you think that's kind of played out? I mean, it like, you're talking about like...
It can still be done, but it has to be experimental. It can't be, straight hip-hop meets rock. It needs to go somewhere else, because that's already been done, I think.
And we just
Right.
have to work on our strengths. Like, our strengths are going to be whatever we feel best doing and whatever we enjoy the most. And so, if we tried to rap because that happened to be what was selling last year or whatever, then that would be non-legitimate, and, our true fans would know it,
Well, and do you make a decision to do something different each album, or does you just do what you're feeling that when you do that particular album?
It's got to be a combination of the two, I would say, because you don't want to repeat yourself, especially us and the way we go about things. And it's always fun to do new ideas. You don't want to be doing the same trick over and over again. I don't think that was ever in the cards for us.
Yeah, it'd be like if I made more than one masturbation joke, in my 8 years here, Drew.
Yeah.
You see, I don't keep going to that well.
I know.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
you're just a creative fountain.
Right. I'm never ending well of creativity.
I'm just still flabbergasted by the sea anemone thing.
Oh, really?
You just sitting there brought that up like, oh,
Wasn't that big a deal?
Whatever.
I was thinking
yeah.
about Mexico, and
Not a big deal. No big deal.
What color was it?
He ran
Was
out
it
in the
like
rocks.
poisonous?
Mental picture.
It was just
They're green.
it was like a tidal pool. Basically the one you put your finger in, it closes up
Yeah,
on it.
it's a good time.
Yeah, well, you can put your finger in it.
Yeah, you can.
Finger and the penis are a big difference.
No, I think it's more blunt way is the way you brought it up. Like, yeah, I know this guy once. Yeah.
Well, you know, it was funny. As guys at my office were talking about going to Mexico, and I was thinking, it was on my mind. I want to go to, like, deep Ensenada or just go down Baja and just camp, and we used to do that. We used to do that all the time. It's great. Just buy fireworks and booze and camp on the beach and seeing enemies. And I had a sombrero that someone blew up with an M200. My buddy Chris was riding his motorcycle and flew into a cactus and had
Sounds like
horrible.
Jackass.
Yeah, it was,
effing seeing enemies and running into cactus.
Jackass couldn't even think of these things. What are you talking about?
I know, it's 20 years ago. It was Jackass, yeah.
What's good times in Spanish?
The bueno...
Tiempo?
Tiempo, yeah, I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah, you know the thing that was funny is my buddy Chris, he flew into the cactus, and Baja has cacti over there that don't look like anything you've seen before. I mean, they look like vicious, and they look like porcupines. I mean, they have, it looks like someone took a cactus and just put 1,000 toothpicks in it, and this guy went flying over his handlebars and into one of them.
The barrel cactus. The barrel.
Yeah, I mean, they have cactuses that grow. They're 30 feet long and they never end. You know, and they're scary
like
to look at.
Cactus.
Yeah, cartoon cactus. Just wearing a pair of shorts and thongs. Went into it. Anyway, the guy who effed the sea anemone, he had to wipe his ass later on because the guy's hands were so screwed up, had so many spines in them that he couldn't. They're all swollen. He couldn't shut his hand or anything. So he took a crap out in the desert. Had to wipe him. I thought that was funny too. I was thinking about that.
More mental pictures.
Yeah, that was good times. So, you know, we all did that kind of thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
True, you did that. Well, you were 20, you were doing that, right? You were going down to TJ with your construction crew and wiping some ass, right?
Of course. Effing some sea anemone.
Sure, that's what you did. Julie?
Yes.
You're 25?
Yes.
What's up?
Okay, this guy, I don't know, we're just having sex, and he told me it's like having porno sex, but I don't know if, like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
What exactly did he say? I don't quite get it.
He's like, okay, we had just got done having sex, and he's like, every time we have sex, it's like a porno, so we have porno sex.
Yeah, that's good.
But I don't know.
Well, it's good. He's enjoying it. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
All righty. Let's hear a 311 song.
All righty.
She didn't really have a question. That just sounded like we answered her question.
Well, no, she's
right?
confused about what it means when a guy says that. Is he giving a compliment or is he demeaning?
Vigorous, lively sex, you know?
But it's somebody that she's not involved with, and it's just sort of a sexual thing.
Oh, she's not involved?
I bet
No.
he meant it as a compliment.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
so too.
She's the one that said that they were just having sex,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's
okay for her as far as she's concerned.
Yeah. Porno sex, I mean...
it's not Romeo and Juliet.
Porno sex is... I mean, you do everything... Like if someone was filming you...
But what is?
And you were working out, you just do it better, right? I mean... Someone said, I'm going to film you doing push-ups. You'd be doing nice push-ups, and you do a whole bunch of them real good. That's what sex turns into,
and you
too, when
edit
you
it
film
creatively.
But if we were to translate what a
Then
guy...
you just bust a nut right on that mat.
But again, this is the craziness about men and women, how little they know what one another means. I think what a guy is saying, if he says that, he means it was like a fantasy.
Right.
It was so good, it was like a fantasy.
Yeah,
type
this
thing.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, vigorous. All right, I remember those days.
Really?
Now, yeah.
Sea
Now it's
anemone?
just sea anemone talk. Let's hear something from 311.
Something new.
Something new.
but-
Brand new.
Keep listening after the song is done, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
Because you might just learn something.
There'll be some commercials.
This is called Creatures for a While. Yeah. Yeah. 311's in here, everybody.
Crowd goes
Revolver's
wild.
the name of the CD.
Tell us you love it.
I love it.
Good. With enthusiasm, too.
Well, you know what was nice about that song is it had the signature 311 sound, but it didn't sound like a rip-off of 311. I don't know if I can, that just sounds like too much ass kissing.
Yes,
but I
it
mean,
does.
no, it sounds like 311 without sounding like 311 is just regurgitating old 311 music. Thank you. All right.
We're trying our best.
I'm a fan. What time is it? Oh, we got to take a break. All right. So, Drew, what are you doing? Nothing?
I thought you
No,
were
you're
right to break, dude.
Okay, guy. Dude, bro. We're going to take a little break. Nick's here, so is Peanut from 311. We'll be right back. Hey, buddies. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Nick and Peanut are both here from 311. we're going to not hear any more songs off the new CD, which is coming out July 22nd.
It's already been sampled and downloaded and regurgitated.
Yeah, they'll be going on a tour starting the 15th of July and go all the way through September. And if you want to know any tour dates, any information, anything like that on the band, you can just go to www.311.com. Were you going to say something, Nick? No?
No.
All right.
Just
Thought I'd
enjoying
call.
the ride.
He's just supporting you.
Good time. All right, so let's get to the phones. Les and Jake's going to be in here tomorrow night, who I don't think we've seen them in a while. Have we, Drew?
I can't even remember
All right. That'll be
ever
nice.
having met them.
Oh, really?
Say hi to them for us.
Les
I'm
and,
sure we
Les
have.
and Jake's been on this
I'm
show.
sure they have.
Yeah,
I
Drew.
got a hot new song on.
Yeah, Drew, say they're good
You
kids.
guys
No,
are
I'm
bumping
sure
it.
they
They're
have.
crossing over. They're
Say
crossing
they're
over.
good kids.
They're great guys. Great
Huge
kids.
in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
They're like crazy
Really?
famous in Europe.
Really?
Interesting.
See that, Drew? Lori,
Yes, that's me.
you're 18. What's up?
Okay, so here's the problem. First of all, let me say, I'm the biggest 311 fan ever. I'm seeing them August 16th at Merriweather Post.
That's
Sweet.
not a problem.
Okay,
That's
they
a happy
rock my
thing,
world.
Lori.
Okay,
Go ahead.
anyways, fourth row blonde for me. Okay, so I work for the federal government,
Yeah.
and I was at work one day, and this guy emailed me. He works on the floor above me, so
What do you
whatever.
do?
What do you do for the government? IRS.
I'm a secretary.
For what department?
I probably shouldn't say.
Now you got to tell us.
I can't. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It ends in foundation, so you figure it out. But anyways, okay, so
Whatever.
Rhymes with,
Does anybody know which one she's talking about?
if you like
All right,
311,
good
you'll
job,
tell us.
guys. Okay, come on. 311, I love you. Anyways, all right, so he emailed me one day.
Hold on a second.
If it doesn't end with service, we're not interesting. We're not interested.
Yeah, I can't get the I'm not putting the foundation.
Foundation.
League, I could probably come up with a
If
few.
bureau or service is not in the name, we're not really that interested.
What? Tell us what it is now.
Okay, I seriously.
We
I
don't know
can't.
your real name. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
Hey, I'm going to hang up on you.
No, I want to hear a
All right.
question.
Finger on the button. Finger on the button.
All right, NSF. That's what it is.
And
Can anyone figure that out?
Naturalization.
do you say
National Security.
Service.
do you
We-
say
We don't know all
That'd
that.
be
okay.
NSA.
All right. Hold on a second.
NSA.
Hold on a second.
Not that we know
Hey,
anything
Lori?
about the NSA.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's me.
I'm going to put you on hold for about 45 minutes, all right? All right. Listen, I'm not going to beg. I just
She
we're
told
asked
us.
questions.
It just went by so quick.
Hey, she said NSS.
We didn't even
NAS.
get to the meat of the problem.
No, she said.
Doesn't
We get
matter.
anything.
Yeah,
out of it.
Adam,
Yeah, what's up?
you're 19.
Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up to 311.
What's up?
First
What's
off,
up?
my question is, how did you guys go about picking out OAR, G-Love, and Special Sauce to open up when, like, you guys used to have, like, Zebrahead, Hoobastank, and, like, Alien Ant Farm? You guys picked more so of, like, a jam band to open up?
Well, we like to mix it up. I mean, the previous tour was co-headlining with Jay-Z and NERD. So,
And
you
Heavy
know,
Roots.
we have a rock tour sometimes. This one's more of like a jam kind of college, more lighter. But, you know, we like all kinds of music, and we're one of the only bands that could go straight from, like, when we did, like, the Horde tour to the Warp tour to, you know, like rap tours, just because we love all kinds of music. And
Yeah, I don't think it was an intentional thing. It just kind of just turned out that way, and should be fun. It'll definitely make for a unique show.
Is the Horde tour no more? Is that disbanded
Yeah,
a
that
few
was
years ago?
95 when we did it. I don't know if they're
I think it was like a Blues Traveler thing, right?
right.
Defunct.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah, what's up?
any other questions?
I just really wanted to actually thank 311 for playing in Fresno about a year ago because I met the love of my life there. And I just
Nice.
really want to say thank you guys.
Our
Awesome.
pleasure.
We'll
That's
be there
what we
next
do.
week.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next weekend, the day after in Orange County.
Cool.
Wow.
Than's for calling, Adam.
He's following
you.
up and down
The drive.
up and down
All right.
the state.
All right, let me try. Just let me deal with Lori over here. Lori,
Yes.
you got 3 seconds to tell us where you work.
Okay, National Science Foundation only because I love 311.
National
cool,
Science
Lord.
Foundation. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so
We don't even
Okay,
know what
so
that
it's
is.
Not that
Yeah.
controversial, but
Yeah, who cares? All right.
you're good
Go
for your
ahead.
country.
Okay, so I get this email from him, and we start talking, whatever, and then all of a sudden, okay, so he's inferring basically that he wants to take me out for drinks, whatever, okay.
Wait,
And then-
he
Implying,
face to face.
not inferring.
No,
He's being coy about asking
She
him for
was
drinks.
inferring.
Very discreet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he pops up with, oh, by the way, I'm married.
Uh-oh.
But he still is inferring to, like, hooking up or whatever.
He's
And-
implying. You're inferring.
No. He wasn't implying. It was basically the flat out.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Okay,
I
he
stand
said-
corrected.
Real winner.
He sent me this email, and it was like, what kind of a freak are you? And, you know, like, he
All
wanted
right.
me to send back my points. I'm not exactly sure about this guy. It's a little sketchball, you know?
Uh,
Why don't
Okay.
you tell your supervisor?
Sounds like you're sure.
Tell your boss.
Well, were you, but you sound initially like you were a little flattered by his overtures, right?
Well, yeah, initially, but that's before I knew he was married
Well,
and has children. He has kids.
No. I mean, listen.
It's a little overwhelming for me, you know?
listen, you're inferring to me that you're initially interested in his implication.
Are you, is this guy a superior of yours?
Kind of, yeah, basically.
Tell your boss. Whoever your immediate supervisor is, tell them.
Yeah, but what about
But
what
shouldn't
about
she just tell him first that she's
what
not
about
interested?
just telling him not interested? I mean, here's the whole thing.
Tell him he knows better than what
knock
he's
it
doing.
off. Just knock it. Then if he doesn't, then that's
What this stuff is the workplace equivalent to something that goes on in a street where a guy like threatens you and you say, "Hey, buddy, take it easy. I don't need any trouble." And then if he keeps coming, you call the cops, kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to give them that one sort of chance to stop themselves.
Right.
There's
Right.
probably more effective ways to do it than others. Some people aren't very good at it. You need to let him know in no uncertain terms that you're not interested and he's out of line. And if he keeps pursuing it, it's not going to be good for him. And then hope he's smart enough to let it die. But you do this with everybody in every situation. If someone's doing something you don't want them to do or it's out of line or potentially illegal, let them know in no uncertain terms they need to stop. And if they keep going, you can immediately go to whoever you have to go to.
You got to be assertive, and it's not sexual harassment until they won't stop after
Right,
tell
just-
them. One overture is just normal human interaction,
It's just
even if it is
sexual.
despicable that he happens to be married and so forth. But
It's true. It's like there's a sexual and then there's a harassment part. You got to get the You can't get harassed if you ask someone something one time and leave them alone, right? Or can you?
Oh yeah.
You mean if you tell me if I go to a girl at work
Yeah, it
who's
could be
my
aggressive.
secretary and I go, "Honey, I need to cornhole you now,"
Don't you remember?
but I just do it once.
Don't you remember the Clarence Thomas stuff? It was like oblique stuff once, and that was it.
Where he like found a pube on a
Yeah,
Coke can and
yeah.
stuff. And listen, there's nobody I've ever worked with where every workplace there's some sexual harassment or at least something could be construed as sexual harassment.
Improprieties, and that becomes harassment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it anything that makes someone uncomfortable. That's it.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, good times. Let's talk to
thanks, Lori.
Katie, who's
Rock on.
18. Katie,
Yeah.
what's up?
Okay, I'm having problems with my boyfriend, my family. I've been going out with him for a year and 6 months, last 28th. And I went to his house one day, and my parents didn't know. And he lied to them without me knowing. I didn't really appreciate that, so I yelled at him about it. Ever since then, my parents have been, like, hating him. But my friends see otherwise. They think he's, like, perfect for me.
What did he lie about? I'm sorry.
He said I wasn't there when actually I was. And I told my parents I was going to a friend's party. Because, like, I was having really bad family problems.
What's the problem at home?
I don't get the part. I don't get the lie part. He
Was
said
he cheating on you? And there has to be like a reason for what's going on here.
He didn't lie. He set you up to lie.
No, actually, no. I lied to my parents because I wanted to see him. Then I kind of, in a way, forced him to come pick me up because I really didn't want to be here.
And then he said you weren't there when you were, but you'd already lied to your parents.
Yeah.
And hold on a second.
Oh man.
First off,
Draw a
let me tell you
diagram.
something. First off, I can't stand anyone who give exact dates. All they do is screw me up, you know. And they go, we were together. We've been together a year and 6 months as of
Last 28th.
The last 28th. Because listen, all you idiots who do this, you know what you do? You keep talking, and we're in last month on the 28th, all counting our fingers and toes. So it's the date now. The 8th, 7th, no 7th, 28th. 28th of June. So that would have been 6 months. So I guess we've been together 6 months and like 10 days? 6 months and 9 days. How many days in June?
And we start thinking about the poor guy that got pissed in his mouth.
Right. It's all over the map. Okay.
I'm thinking about the sea anemones.
Now, Katie...
I'm thinking about cars.
Katie is saying... And you know the beauty of me? I'm thinking about all of them and none of them. Yeah.
At the same
That's
time.
what makes me me, man.
Zen Adam.
I don't even know who said Zen.
It's none of them.
It's none of them. Here's what Katie's saying. Katie's saying she told her parents she was going somewhere that she didn't actually go to.
And she coerced her boyfriend to take her there and then deny that she was there.
And now she said she's mad at her boyfriend because they like called her boyfriend's house and he said he was.
The parents don't like the boyfriend because they caught her. They blamed him for it. And the friends are saying, what are you talking about? This is a great guy.
Okay.
No, I thought the parents liked the
Still
boyfriend.
confused.
No,
Katie?
the parents don't like him.
Parents hate him.
Time's going to heal it. It's not that bad. It's not that serious.
Parents need to develop a relationship with your boyfriend. They need to know who he is as a person, not as this symbol of somebody who's going to.
But Katie,
if he's a decent guy, they'll let it go.
You got to go on a play date.
What's your problem, Katie? You sound angry.
No.
You're good?
You sound exactly like my friends have been saying all this stuff too, but no.
Yeah,
what happened?
Guess who's right?
What?
What was the horrible family problem?
They really don't like him ever since he.
No. You said you were having family problems, and that's why you ran out.
Well, my family problems is that my family doesn't really trust me, and they like confine me too much. Like, I'm not allowed to go outside. Like, throughout my 4 years of high school, they won't let me go out during the weekends past like 12, or go out during the weekdays.
Are they religious?
No.
No.
Wait, what's so unusual?
Yeah, midnight's it's good enough for a chick in high school.
School nights?
Yeah, but like for freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I couldn't go out past 10.
All right.
Year,
So they're a little overprotective. Have you ever gotten in any trouble?
No.
You've been with your boyfriend for a year and a half as of the 28th of last month, and you're having sex with him, right?
Yeah.
Do they know about that?
No.
They never found out about that?
No, but I think my brothers know about that.
Yeah, they may have squealed.
How old are your brothers?
9 and 3.
No. My brothers are 25 and 23.
They're 25 and 23. Of course they know.
Yeah, well, they're not idiots. Yeah, because they were effing all your friends 5 years ago. Okay. But listen, Katie, here's the whole thing with, we get this all the time. How do I get my parents to like this guy? You can't put a rush order on it. First thing this guy has to do is, well, here's what parents do. Parents go from, here's how a lot of parents are. A lot of parents don't like any guy their daughter is dating when she's 16, 17, and 18 years old. They start off with their arms sort of folded and saying, prove it. Prove me wrong. You're guilty until proven innocent. Here's the way you get proven innocent. You don't F up for the time you're with the daughter, and eventually they go from not liking you to not caring, because you're no threat. Nothing's ever happened. They didn't find any, you didn't come in smelling like booze or burn out on their lawn or do anything like that. So
he needs to face him head on and just look him in the eye and just talk to him and just be normal, and they'll relax,
Yeah, but you don't have, I don't think you need to confront them on it. Like you don't need to. It's not a parole hearing. You know what I mean? You just sort of act normal. Let them sniff your hand a little bit, not your finger, because that's been in their daughter. But just let them know you're all right, and eventually they go from sort of hating you to sort of not really caring about you.
If Hollywood's taught us anything, it's that we know that this is going to be a hilarious situation and there's going to be a great movie written about it, so let things run their course.
Yeah, I completely agree with Ben. Let me just ask real fast.
Meet the family.
When they bring the trellis over, be careful.
Is your dad Steve Martin?
My dad?
Okay. Let's take a break.
Take that as a no.
3:11 in here tonight. We'll be back right after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. 311 is in studio tonight. Nick Hexum is here along with Peanut. Oh, I knew why I like these guys. They like Nick loves crank yankers.
Oh, I'm Bertram.
And
crank anchor.
Peanut loves cars. So
good enough.
But the way the two of them were set. All right. The new CD, by the way, is called The Evolver, and that's going to be out on the 22nd of July, and the band's going on tour starting on the 15th of July, and if you need to know anything, you go to www.311.com.
2 weeks from today
is when the tour kicks off.
The CD release.
Oh,
1 week from today.
1 week's a tour, 2 weeks CD. Have you guys been touring every year for 12 years or something?
Pretty much. We didn't do a lot of touring in '98. Other than that, we've been busting it hard,
and
we enjoy it. We're lucky. We get along good with each other, and we have the best fans in the world. And
yeah, it is kind of. I mean, it's one thing you don't see in bands that often where people are. You don't see it with roommates, for instance. I was talking to a friend of mine recently. He's had an ass full of his roommate. And I was just thinking. You never move in with your best friend, and then 5 years down the road, if you guys are still living in the same 2-bedroom, you hate the guy, and that's almost just, I don't know why that's human nature. I don't know why marriage is supposed to work, by the way, considering that's human nature, but you go on tour with a guy 7 years in a row, or you live with a guy for 5 years, eventually you're just not a big fan of his.
Yeah, well, we all have our disagreements, but, you just learn to kind of do your own thing, but we have a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun after the shows because it's all the stress is over, right. And it's just like crack a beer, and it's just like spirits are high. And
it's too fun to, let any short, little personal
pettiness
thing really amount to anything. I think we're too smart for that. We know that the greater good is always worth more than any little speed bump that you run into along the way, which is of course going to be a personality inevitability because of being so close to each other.
I wish Drew would think more like that.
Oh, you guys love each other.
How many years have you been doing this here?
Got 8.5, 9, coming on to 9.
Tuesday. Yeah, 8 years. Yeah.
We don't look at each other any differently, do we?
No.
I mean,
it's a lot of listeners. How many days a year?
Are we together?
5 days a week.
Yeah.
Almost. You never. A few weeks off here and there, but
yeah, there might be a few weeks off here and there, but then we do catch each other on a weekend.
You're freaking us out here, Nick. I'm getting a little scared thinking about this.
We see each other on a weekend here.
We like to ignore that we spend that much time together.
Probably got a couple hundred days out of the year. But Drew, our relationship is not evolved or devolved or any there's no volve in it.
No volve.
I mean,
not an evolver.
Involved.
It's the same as it was 6 months after I met you, right?
Right.
I mean, no feelings have changed. You don't think of me.
No.
That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys don't trade clothes?
Asshole. Well, I mean, it's a good thing, yeah. But I don't. Drew's the same guy he was like 3 weeks after I met him. I don't. And plus, I used to listen to this show because I grew up in L.A. listening to K-Rock. So I listened to this show for maybe 10 years before I was on it. So when I finally did meet Drew, I felt I knew him.
Yeah, we did it like 3 or 4 times before he came along.
Really?
Oh, right.
The revolving door of people that they had.
Yeah, we did it ourselves once too.
Oh, you guys hosted?
Yep.
What the hell was that?
Really?
I was probably swinging a hammer somewhere.
Yep.
Completely by yourself?
No comic foil, just him and us?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
James?
No, I think it was just us. I don't even think you were here.
I could have been, you just don't remember.
It was just,
it felt like I wasn't there.
No, maybe.
Maybe it was Rockline or something. James?
Yeah.
Did that too.
You're 18? What's up?
Yeah. I've been dating for like 4 years. And
You've been what?
For about 4 years.
Again, you've been dating a girl for 4 years?
No, I'm sorry, 4 months.
4 months. You've been dating a girl for 4 months. You're cutting out about every fourth word.
Nice signal.
I'm sorry about that.
All right.
Go towards the window.
This is an interesting question.
She's really into tattoos and piercings, and she wanted to get me a penis piercing.
Now, this is interesting because we know what it means when people want to pierce themselves. What does it mean when your partner wants you to get pierced?
Nah, it usually means they were molested.
Oh.
I mean, if it's a chick.
You're not the doctor.
James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted me to get a Jacob's ladder.
Yeah. How does that work?
Great movie.
I don't know. I wanted to know if that works.
All right, hold on a second. This is possibly bogus because chicks aren't really into dudes getting stuff done.
I've
to
never
them.
heard of that. That's why I was.
So it's either bogus, and also he's full of crap because he says she wants me to get a Jacob's ladder, and then you say, "Well, what is that?" And he goes, "I don't know. I thought you'd know," or something.
He's like, listen, dude, I'm going to get on the radio.
He would have.
She'd tell him, or he'd ask her. Right. No one says, hey, I command you to do this with your dick, and you go, okay, honey, and then you walk away and go, what?
What is it?
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
You're full of crap, James. Thank you.
He's gone already.
Pussy.
He lost signal.
You're going back to confront him.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Well, he's full of crap. He didn't have that. I was hoping you could tell me. That's by the way, number one bogus statement, right, Mike?
I know,
I was hoping you could tell me.
What girl is going to say you have to get that, but I don't know what it is. So he's going to have to call in some talk show.
Right.
We should have someone call us and tell us what it is if they know.
Debunking.
How dare you? Do you realize these
You're
bogus
bunk.
calls? You know what? We have people online waiting to talk on the show. I got more sea and enemy effing stories to tell, and it cuts into both of those, mainly the sea and enemy.
We got to take a break.
Kim,
break.
That's what you think. You're 18.
Yeah.
You got 11 seconds. Go.
I have 11 seconds.
Nope. 3.
Okay, well,
2, 5.
I've been dating this guy for a few months, and he has stopped calling me. Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
He's dumped you. He dumped you.
No. Well, he'll still call. He'll still return my calls if I call him.
All right, hold on. We got to take a break. Oh, see, people don't realize.
Kind of like this.
Yeah, with this, people don't realize what this means. Like when you're dating someone and the phone stops ringing, and they'll call you back, or you'll say like, "Hey, aren't you still into me?" And they go, "Oh yeah. They don't realize what that means. No. Oh God, I wish I knew what that meant back then too.
We'll tell Kim what.
311 here. We'll tell set Kim straight right after this.
We are back. It is Loveline. 311 is the guest. Adam, you care to join us?
I'm not talking.
Creatures for a while.
Nick's ready. All right. You know my policy, Drew.
Waiting for the guest to be completely ready?
It is your job to tell the guest to stop taking your test, and I will not talk until that point. All right. Well, we didn't miss that one by too much.
No.
And it's a new thing. It hasn't come up before.
It's an interesting task.
All right. 311 is in studio tonight, and starting the tour in 1 week, and the CD comes out in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. www.311.com. If you need any information about the tours or buying any CDs or DVDs or anything. You guys got DVDs, videos, right?
That's right.
Kim?
Golden Platinum.
Golden and Platinum. But, I mean, I guess we call them videos, but are most of them DVDs or are they mostly videos?
It's DVDs mostly, but
more DVDs.
But it's still like it's like a home video, backstage video, tour video.
But he's saying what format?
It's done on
radio.
DVD. Done on video, but sold on DVD.
Right.
Right. Okay. But
that's why I think the term comes into it more is because it is still relative to it in some way.
Right. Whereas album sales aren't anything close to that anymore.
Right.
But here's the thing too. Now that I'm getting onto the DVD bandwagon. Cassettes just seem like 8-tracks to me now. They seem like a million years old. They seem like clumpy and cumbersome and big, and rewinding and all that.
Don't do it.
Let me tell you about how stupid the Carollas are. I'll tell you how stupid they are. My grandfather, now he's a step. He's not a real grandfather. There's no real blood here. He was in the Academy of Motion Pictures, and he was a voting member. And he passed away a few years ago, but we pretend like he's still alive, and the Academy keeps sending out tapes.
Sweet.
And each year, they send out 30, 35 tapes. And they'll oftentimes get the stuff before it comes out in the theater sometimes, depending on how the voting goes and if they want to try to get it in the voting year and that kind of stuff. Sometimes you get stuff before it comes out. It's really cool to get all these first-run movies. About 3 years ago, they sent over a thing that said, if you like them in the DVD format instead of the video format, go ahead and check this box. So I was sitting over at my grandma's house, and I said, oh, yeah, DVD, definitely DVD. Because this has been going on for about 14 years, and my grandmother, who lives in a house about the size of the sea anemone, my buddy John F., is filled with now tapes, essentially. Because, let's face it, 2 of these tapes, it really constitutes like one brick, You know what I mean? And eventually, it's like you live in a house with 350 bricks just sort of sitting around on shelves, stacked up on walls, and now it's taken over the whole room and the whole thing. I said, hey, listen, you get these DVDs. They don't, you get 20 of these in the size it took one of the tapes. Plus, they never wear out. The format's great. Plus, the tape's worth $3, and this thing's worth $20. Check the box, old lady. And she's like, nah, I don't think so. And I'm like, why not? She's like, I don't have a DVD player. I should have. So I said, listen, I will buy you a DVD player. I'll buy Mom a DVD player. I'll buy my sister. Ultimately, I have to buy them whatever it takes to get them into the whatever century we're in. Right. And I said, look, they're $125. I'll buy 3 of them. I'll give them to everybody, and we're set for life. No. I said, what do you mean no? Just get it the DVD. It's so much better. And then you have a huge collection of DVDs, and these tapes aren't going to be worth anything 10 years from now. I mean, a big DVD collection, all the movies, like the top 30 movies every year in DVD sent to your house. No.
Change is difficult
sometimes.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and stick with the tape.
They probably don't have an answering machine either.
She does, but it's like it sounds like she's talking. It's like she's talking to a toaster. You know what I mean? Like,
let's call it.
Yeah, I think my mom's. You can actually see her reading off of the box. You know, where it tells you what to do. Like insert name here. I think her first couple of passes actually said insert your name. But yeah. Now here's a pro.
Hi, this is Adam. Please leave a message.
See, that's what people like. Short, sweet, to the point. That's a real DVD kind of outgoing.
Upbeat.
Very friendly.
Well, think of it this way. Half the people that call, you're angry at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, this way everyone
knows
you're angry.
My buddy, I had a buddy who had a picture in his license, and he was making this puss on like he'd bit into a lemon. He looked pissed off. So why do you want that on your license? He goes, I don't want to show the cop me smiling. I want the cop to look at it and go like, have that FU look. You know what I mean? And I thought, yeah,
that'll get you out of a ticket.
Well, it makes sense. It's a nice subtle FU to the man. Kim?
Take that.
Big sourpuss.
Yeah. This is what I look like getting a ticket from you, a-hole. That's what it should look like. Kim, you're 18.
Yeah.
All right, what's up? Oh, yeah, the guy stopped calling.
Well, he'll return my calls just fine. I mean, even if
that's
I don't leave
big
a
of
message,
him.
he'll call me back if he's seen that I called.
Yeah, but
the thing is, I'm just wondering, like, should I confront him about it and be like, hey, why don't you call me more? Or should I just, wait and see if he ever eventually figures it out?
B. There's a little, I think there's a C here. What's going on in the relationship? How's it going?
Oh, I thought you were calling her the C word.
When we hang out, everything is fine.
C anemone is what I was going to go to next.
I thought you called her.
I'm actually at work now. I was going to confront him tonight, and I was just listening on the radio waiting for him.
Hey, forget the whole. I want everyone in this country to remove the word confront from the American lexicon.
Yes.
That is a ridiculous, weird. I don't know why people got that into that. Oh, I'm going to confront the
combative.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, so we're not going to confront anybody about anything. This. How is the relationship going?
Good.
No.
Is he seeing you as frequently, or things seeming as good when you are together?
Yeah.
How often do you guys go out?
A couple times a week.
And that has not changed, even though he's not calling you?
No, not really.
When's the last time you had sex?
We don't.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just been a few
You're
years.
fat.
Drew, please.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm fat. That's it.
Why?
Only a few months. I don't rush into stuff like that, I guess.
So you're not having sex together yet?
No.
Has he been pushing on that for that issue?
No, he hasn't. He's been really good about it.
Does he date anybody else?
Other stuff, no.
Done other stuff. Are you guys doing that other stuff regularly?
Uh-huh.
If you didn't call him between now and Friday, do you think you would see him Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
You figure he would call you?
Uh-huh.
Why don't you do an experiment?
Yeah. I want you to FSC an enemy. Is that what you're talking about?
I was getting there.
Playing games. Do you think it'd be better if I just confronted him, or do you think it would be better if...
Well, it's
not necessarily playing
confront.
games to just kind of like, wait and give him his space, because guys don't want to have like a really over-anxious person like smothering them.
And I think sometimes people don't want to conduct the experiment because they don't want to see what the outcome is going to be, which could perhaps mean him not calling you. So here's the thing.
It's not playing games. You're just trying to figure out what the sort of level this relationship is for him.
Let me tell you what that I don't play games is. That's like the adult version of when people go, listen, I speak my mind.
Oh.
A lot of people have trouble with that.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person, if I'm thinking something, I say it. A lot of people are insecure. They can't handle that. That's their problem. No, you're an a-hole. That's their problem.
I'm too real for that.
Yeah, I'm too real. I'm so real. I'm so self-actualized.
And for some reason, nobody likes
so
me.
honest. That no one likes
But that's their problem.
I'm so proactive.
Yeah, so really it's like we don't like you because we're all so insecure and you're so honest and you're so balanced.
Great
no,
deduction.
You're a prick. That's why we don't like you, you idiots. And that's the same thing with these people who announce they don't play games in relationships. They're just anxious people who want to bum rush everybody and confront everybody. Here's the deal. I wish somebody would have taught me this, although it would have never worked, which is the greatest discipline in life is doing nothing. Like, everyone thinks of doing something, like, oh, man, you got to do 100 push-ups, or, oh, man, you can't eat, you can't do this, or you got to do that. Doing nothing is tough, especially in a relationship. Just being able to go, all right, I'm going to sit out a week and see what happens. I'm not going to pick up the phone. I'm not going to get drunk and freak out. I'm not going to send an angry letter or email. I'm just going to sit back for 1 week and see what happens. But you can tell where you're at in the relationship if you can have the discipline to do that. And I think Kim needs to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Although she's picking up the phone to him right now.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it. All right, let's talk to...
But for God's sakes, don't confront him.
Don't confront. What's the other thing we don't like, Drew? Closure.
I like that. That's good.
I had to confront for closure.
Oh, that going back around. No.
It can be overused.
I got to tell the girlfriend. I got to confront. The girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sort of they need to know.
They need to know stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. This is. Do you know what your ex? This is the ex now saying, I need to tell the new girlfriend about this guy for her own good.
She needs to know.
She needs to know.
Yeah.
When really it's more like I need to tell.
Yeah.
Right.
John?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yep.
What's up?
I was making out with my girlfriend earlier tonight, and we got to where...
Bogus.
What?
I don't know.
It's
True
really
one,
not.
bogus.
I don't know why, but...
True, it's not bogus.
Okay, go ahead.
I promise. It's seriously, bothering me.
Okay.
Why do I just get a very strong bogus? I'll answer your question, but I got very strong as bogus 5.
Okay,
We're into
please just
debunking
answer my
tonight.
question.
Oh, yeah. You are. Tell me you're bogus, and I'll answer the question. I promise.
I'm not bogus.
Okay, all right.
I would admit if I was bogus. I really would. I like you guys.
All right.
Okay. So we were getting, touchy-feely, and I touched my own penis. I had the pre-cum on it.
Sure.
Okay. And then I used hand sanitizer twice, and then I figured my girlfriend, is there any chance she can be pregnant?
I usually put a little sanitizer up her. Just to play it safe.
No, really.
That's me.
No chance. I'd say
No chance from the pre-cum?
I'd say no chance.
Not even if I,
Well,
got under your nail? What if you got under your nail?
A wayward sperm got under the fingernail?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be the chosen one.
1 in 10,000.
No, seriously, guys, I hadn't
It'd be
ejaculated.
Jesus Part 2.
You hadn't what?
I hadn't ejaculated or anything.
Just pre-cum. It's fine. You're fine.
Pre-cum, and you use hand sanitizer twice.
It's good
Yeah.
time. Twice, not once.
No chance.
No, you're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
You
All right.
could have done surgery on her. Would have been
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, the bogus feel guys, the clandestine quality of his voice and all.
I worry about the hand sanitizer part, though.
I know.
Listen, I'm 39. I've never used hand sanitizer yet.
Not in that arena, at least.
Not in any arena. I just
You need to get out more.
really. You guys use hand sanitizer? Does it
We
work?
we use it a lot in Australia when we were literally in the outback, like in a little moving tent village, Warp Tour
Australian
Australia.
Warp Tour was
Yeah.
bare bones.
It was boot camp.
You worried about the
But there was no
oral
water
fecal route and things like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Fecal matters.
Okay.
We're spoiled Americans. We got to take care of our hands.
Yeah, Drew.
We
What
got
do
to
you,
turn
only
into
had
Howard
4
Hughes.
RVs.
Yeah, we were only spoiled to the hilt.
Drew?
Just kidding.
We're punk.
The sort of the sanitizing business is probably a multi-billion-dollar a year industry in this country. I don't know how much of it is necessary. I would
Feeding on the
imagine.
paranoia
I'd
of the
imagine
Americans.
less than.
5%.
Yeah, 95% is just completely unnecessary. All the crazy hand washing and all the hand sanitizer and everything. I've been eating stuff off the ground. Frequently scratch my ass and pick my nose and stuff like that, and then eat in the food and stuff. Look at me. I'm fine.
Doctor, what do you think about
Got a lot of
the
cars.
adult ADD
That's right.
commercials that are going around? Have you seen that?
No.
Oh
It's
man,
going to be bad, though, I bet.
I just think it's such a It's such a ploy on people who are living a stressful life
I know.
to get them on a
Maybe
drug.
that's why I'm not more
Here's
successful.
the problem I have is that
It's so
most of
hateful.
the I know here's where
And
I
they're going under the guise, sorry to cut you off, of helping people, and it's so against it. It really,
I know, and the problem
it pees me off.
What is adult ADD?
It's just attention deficit disorder.
Is it
that's
new?
It's a farce.
No, well, it's being sort of advocated as something that's under-recognized in adulthood. And the problem I have in my clinical life
That's what I'm waiting
is that every ADD adult patient that wants to be on stimulants is actually a drug addict or an alcoholic.
Right.
And so we end up with people strung out. And ADD is part of alcoholism. If you have a father or mother with alcoholism and you have ADD, consider yourself at risk for addiction. Don't worry about the ADD. That will take care of itself. That and if you want psychotherapy, great, go get that. But don't look for a magic cure in the pill because that's going to just activate the disease.
But let me
It's
ask
a drug
this.
company trying to get rich and making people feel bad for living stressful lives and not, like in France you get 3 months paid vacation every year, whatever. It seems like they take care of their people more. Health care is universal. All these things we should have these things in America so we wouldn't have those commercials telling us that we're paranoid and we need to get on another drug to help us live a stable life.
I've not even seen. I
not
pride
right.
myself on seeing every commercial. What do they actually say ADD or they call it
yeah,
something
they say
else?
adult ADD.
Well, I'm going to see it tonight.
You will.
And
It's
Drew,
edited so creatively too, like the switching of a television. It's like not being able to pay attention to what's going on. It makes me very mad.
I'm wondering if so in ADD, which is typically you hear about it in adolescents and children, and they give speed to them, and there's something that's sort of interesting that somebody basically looks that's sped up already, that's somehow quelled by giving them speed.
Right.
But we talked about how that wouldn't work on adults.
It doesn't work on adults, no.
But
I
then
mean, it does. But if you have the gene for addiction, then it really activates disease badly.
right. So
Just trains you.
is
like,
the medicine
want to be
for
smart? Take a pill.
It doesn't work in Europe either.
is the medicine for adults the same as the medicine for kids?
If you're considered at risk for addiction, you wouldn't want to be on one of those kid drugs.
But is the one that Peanut sees a commercial for, is that the same pill that the kid gets?
Yep.
Wow.
And what is it?
Good
Usual
question.
methylphenidate, Ritalin, or one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Where it seems like. And by the way, aren't most adults that are sort of ADD just a little more successful than
Yes, they
ADD
are.
adults?
Yes, that's true.
Caffeine-addled.
Yeah, so just let them drink their coffee and rule the world.
I gave a I gave a presentation to a group of very, very important, very powerful businessmen, and their international director came up to me and he goes, "You gotta be really clear with these guys. They need like an A, B, C, D, because they all have ADD. Every one of them ADD."
Yeah, those are called like movers and shakers, aren't they? All right, Wendy,
Yeah, hi.
you're 19.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just have to say hi to Nick and Peanut. I adore you guys.
Hi,
Thank
Wendy.
you.
And I was just wondering, since you guys haven't released the venues for the LA area shows, are you guys debating on whether to play smaller or larger venues? And will that be it for the Volver tour, or are you planning on doing the 311-day shows?
The what tour?
Sorry.
I thought she wanted
Would
me
that be
Volvo, but it sounded like she said vulva.
Evolver.
Sorry, I get nervous. The Evolver tour?
Evolver.
Plenty of
Volver.
good
Volver tour.
questions.
Or you
Starting
guys
at the top. No, we're probably going to play, medium-sized place. It won't be the Forum, but it won't be the House of Blues. It'll be something in between those two.
What is in between those two?
The
Like
Greek.
Is it amphitheater, like something like that?
Yeah, the Greek theater is.
Greek's great.
And
talking about-
Universal is in between those two too. if you
Yeah,
want
that's
something
what I was
indoor.
thinking
They're also
about.
talking about Long Beach Arena as well.
It's a good place, too.
I saw Tool there. It was fantastic.
So we're trying to figure that out, but no, we're going to do multiple tours. We already have a fall tour started, and then we'll probably keep going. And 311 Day is the big thing we do on March 11th. Next, we didn't do one this year because we were in the middle of recording, but we'll probably do one. Maybe New Orleans, maybe somewhere else fun like that.
Okay, but will you, let us know? Because I need to know if I can save money, but I'm down
Yeah,
to go.
Call
We
Wendy.
will do it,
Call
so
Wendy,
do save
Nick.
money.
Call Wendy up. She needs
Give,
to-
her,
call
give me her
Wendy.
home number. They'll give you the
Keep
buzz,
checking
yeah.
311.com. We update it as much as we humanly possibly can.
Alrighty, thank you guys. I love you so much. See you
No
next
problem.
week.
Thanks, Wendy.
Bye.
All right, let's hear a 311 song.
All right.
Yeah, why not?
That's what we do.
Anderson? Yeah? This is Amber. Yeah.
Mild that time.
Classic 311 from 11 months ago.
That's right.
I just think of that as like an old 311 song. I don't mean that in a bad way. Just maybe it was so popular. I don't know. It's good. It's all good. 311 in studio tonight.
You hurt our feelings.
Evolver.
You're busting on us inside your head. I can tell your defense.
I'm busting on all of you simultaneously and none of you.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. All right. Let's take ourselves a little break. Nick and Peanut both here from 311. When we come back, we're going to speak to Cody, who's 13, virgin. Girl he's dating says they will have sex this week. He's nervous.
13.
We'll get to him after this.
Missy Elliott.
Hey, everybody. Drew's favorite song.
Missy's talented.
You guys got to cover this.
Consider
We don't
Hold on. Like, I've done a little math, and I think I've done some just preliminary calculations. In 9 years, blacks are not going to speak English. It's going to be like when Kirk was trying to talk to aliens or stuff. It's just going to be like
His comments in no way represent the views of 311 or this radio station. Thank you.
I don't. It's just. It started with the Ebonic thing, which was fine, but now it's just gone into pure gibberish. Like, I can't understand what's going on anymore. I think I like that song. I'm not sure what they're saying. What are they
We
saying?
like the saxophone sample for sure.
Yeah.
Is it for Chisel Dizzle?
There's true, everybody. All right, 311 in studio tonight. Evolver, name of the new CD, which is coming out in 2 weeks. And in 1 week, the tour begins, www.311.com. All right.
Watch out.
Let's speak to
Cody, the 13-year-old, remember?
Cody, the 13-year-old who's a virgin. Cody?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, my girlfriend wants to have sex with me, matter of fact, tomorrow, and I don't know what I should do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say yes or no. And
why tomorrow?
That's early. That's young.
I don't know. She's like really likes me.
How old is she?
13.
And
it sounds like you're not quite ready for this. And it's not the kind of thing you should jump into if you're not ready.
Well,
if you're having to decide, should I?
Why not today? Why didn't you do it today?
Because it's like I'm like grounded for something that I did, breaking a window and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow we go to church, and I get to see her then.
Yeah, so give her a nice pew pounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all saying that, yeah, we should.
Hold on a second. What day is it?
The 9th or...
Who goes to church
on a Wednesday?
Yeah, well, hold on. What
Wait,
day
is
is
that
it?
CCD? Is that Catholic? You don't sound Catholic.
What day is it in Oklahoma?
It's the 9th right now.
Okay, that's not the day.
International Dateline across
How's
the
it
Midwest.
every caller instinctively knows what I'm asking and gives me a different answer? Like if
It is the 9th where he is.
I know, but
not Japan.
But I'm asking what day, meaning like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because that would pertain. Like you could go to church on the 9th, if that was a Sunday. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he's giving me a hard time. I just want to know how they know what I'm asking and give me a different answer.
I like your run on it, Doctor. If he's asking about it, then he's probably not ready.
Yeah.
Usually it's like you want to do it so bad, and
Well, what are you going to do when you see her at church?
I might
compliment her.
Go up to her house and all that. We've tried to do something before, but we couldn't do it because we got interrupted.
Who interrupted you?
My friends.
Okay. And what grade are you in, Cody?
The 8th grade.
You're going into the 8th?
Yeah.
And she's going into the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're too young for this.
Okay.
Professionals have told you this.
You don't want to do it either, do you?
I kind of do.
Well, what about God and church and all that stuff?
Steer him towards the sea anemones. That might help.
Yeah. How about you get a saltwater tank and go at it for a few years through high school like I did?
They react.
They have feelings.
Squirt.
They squirt. They love. They cry.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have any questions when you think you're ready. And if you're being this smart about this important a question right now, you'll probably know for sure when you're ready. So
yeah.
Keep up the good work, my friend.
And what religion are you, by the way, that you go to the church on Wednesday?
I'm Baptist. It's a Baptist church.
You guys have Wednesday church?
Yeah.
And Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be out. I'd be out immediately. Here's what I would do. Like, I'm shopping for religion. I'm shopping for a religion because I'm an atheist, and I'm leaning towards you.
Rastafarianism.
Yeah, what day they go to church?
Every day's church.
See,
but you don't have to
that's
go
a deal breaker. Oh, but you don't go anywhere?
Not
it's church in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get in one of those religions where I don't actually do anything, but it's all in my head, you know. But it's like people know, you know, people kind of leave me alone because they respect me because of my spirituality and stuff, but I don't really do anything. You know what I mean?
You're there.
Am I there?
Yeah.
I don't want to do one of those things where I got to give away
soaking in it.
10% of my income or any of that. And by the way, is that tidings? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wait, that 10%, that should have a ceiling. You know what I mean? Like once you make over like 80 grand, it should just be $8,000. You know what I mean? So if you make $8 million, you're still giving away $8,000. You know, it's ceiling, like a bracket. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look that up. Mike?
Yeah, what's up?
You're 21. Yeah, because it's cool when you're making $45,000 a year to give away that money. But you know, you hit it big. Your ship comes in and you're giving away a couple million a year or something. No thanks.
No thanks.
No, thank you. Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can afford lawyers to cover up some molestation trial or something. No, thank you. What's up, Mike? 21.
Yeah, I have a question actually. I met this girl in April, and I, start to like her. And we've talked about it somewhat, but she says she doesn't want a boyfriend, but she acts like she wants to be like with someone and acts all clingy.
Yes.
And I've asked her if she'd ever want to hook up with me, but she'd give me the question of I don't know. But recently we just got into a big fight where we didn't talk for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, except for she didn't know it.
Yeah, she's now back like talking to me, being all frenzy buddy and all that. And I was wondering what that could possibly
All right, hold on.
Well, don't say, hey, do you want to hook up? That's not...
We got to...
That's how he phrased it.
Let's all, as mature adult males here, explain to the young 19, 20, 21-year-olds what is going on. There is no mystery. When a woman is interested in you, she's interested.
She'll let you know.
She doesn't give you that, right now I don't want a boyfriend. There's never been a woman born who's really interested in a guy and says, right now I just don't want a boyfriend. That's movie talk.
Yeah.
Chick's interested, she's interested. That's it, especially if she's 19 or 20. If she's got a boyfriend and that's your best friend, she's still interested if she's interested.
Right. Nobody has it on their calendar. Get boyfriend now, and then they block out certain time. No boyfriend time. It's just whether they're attracted to the guy or not.
And all of this, like, hey, I need time to think, or hey, I'm focusing on my studies. I'm going to school right now. I got a pretty full plate. All BS. You just mean they're not interested enough in you.
Right.
Believe me, there's a guy who could come along who I don't care if their entire family was killed in a bus accident 3 hours earlier, who could be screwing them that night. If it was, I don't know, some celebrity, somebody they had their sights set on, whoever it was. So they're not interested in you. And you got to listen to that. But girls do like to yo-yo a little bit because oftentimes at 19 they're not that interested in sex. They're interested in sort of the allure, the attraction, the game, all that stuff that we'd like to get through so we could get to the poontang. They like that stuff, so they will, and it doesn't make them evil, but they will have the intrigue part of it going. Mike?
Yeah.
She's not interested in you.
All right.
There you go.
And
Good
thank you for listening, and your only chance is to cut her loose, by the way.
At which point she'll come running towards you.
Or not.
That's right.
So basically just fall off the face of the earth towards her?
Yes, because you're banging your head. She's not interested.
All right.
She'd let you know if she was.
10-4.
Here's your only chance. I think here's your only chance. Okay. You're never going to be boyfriend and girlfriend with them. They're not interested. You might be able to have sex with them, and here's your only chance. Your only chance is to cut them loose and pretend like you're not interested in them, and then 2 to 3 weeks later, run into them in an environment where there's booze. That's it. Pure and simple.
Legal drugs.
You run into them three weeks later at some bar, and they're kind of juiced up a little, and they're like, how come you haven't called? And you're like, huh? And you play it real cool, and they're juiced up just enough, you might be able to get something.
Why don't you describe that hand drag thing again? The proximity issue. So guys can learn to read that a little bit.
Okay. Should I do it on you, Drew?
No. Nick.
I'm going to do it. I'll do it on Nick. Here's... Take your pants off. No, there's a few things. If a woman is interested, she will let you know in a few subtle ways. One is the any excuse for contact, and I'm not talking about dry humping. You say something, and they go, "Oh, Nick, I got to use your shoulder now." They do that thing, and they go, "Oh, it's so funny." And then when they put their hand on your shoulder, and then when they pull it away, they don't lift it and move it like guys do it like your wet paint, you know? They go, "Oh, Christ!" No, they do that. They'll do little drags, little drags. Like if you hug them, and as you're sort of breaking apart, you feel their hands sort of drag across your back. They're into it. They're extending the embrace, as opposed to sort of hugging you and then peeling their arm off and sort of backing away from you. They'll also be interested in whatever you're interested in. Meaning, if you go like, "Yeah, I've been getting pretty heavily into mountain biking lately," they'll go, "I've never been, but I've always been curious about it. Or I've always wanted to do." If they are interested in stuff they're not even interested in that you're doing, you're in. It's same with stuff like movies. Like you bring up a movie, if they go, "Oh yeah, I've been wanting to see that," you're in.
As opposed to,
yeah, not my thing.
Yeah, then forget it.
Don't want to see that one.
Yeah.
Or
I heard it was terrible.
I already saw it. Yeah, I mean,
over my head.
The ultimate.
They're also closing you out as effectively as they are opening the door.
Right. The ultimate, like I'm into you, is like you bring up a movie and they go, "I already saw it, but I kind of like to see it again." I mean, that's now you may be getting a BJ in the theater at this point.
Like, I liked it so much, I want to see someone else appreciate it.
Right.
I'd love to go with someone.
So any of that interest stuff, any of that whatever you're doing, I want to do kind of thing, and again, the hug and the drag.
Excuse to hang around too.
Excuse to hang, yeah. After the lull, like you do that thing,
You're
go.
getting smarter, Adam.
Yeah, no. Now I'm married. I'm a real Casanova. Now I got to do is build a goddamn time machine. I'm going to eat 7,000 rubbers, a keg of roofies, and 600 wine coolers. I'm going back in time. All right. Yeah, it's all for naught. Yeah, and that's just how it works. You get all figured out.
Write a book.
Laura?
Hello.
You're 22?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Nothing. How you doing, guys?
Good. Woohoo!
Cool. How you feeling? Hey, I just wanted to thank you guys for keeping your fans so involved. We all have such a great time with you guys. Thanks for signing my hat a couple weeks ago. I wanted to ask Nick, I really, really dig the ginseng line, and I was wondering what inspired you to get into that clothesline and what we can expect in the future when you're not so busy with the music and the album and all that.
He's always going to be busy with it, damn it, if I have anything to do about it. I'm his bass player.
You know
They beat me if I don't write songs.
Exactly. He's lucky he has that clothing line. That's the little thing we get, we allow him to do.
It's really a small little laid-back thing, but we are actually launching ginsengclothing.com shortly and putting some new shirts on there, but it's just real laid back, only just real limited things, and but yeah, there's some new ones coming out in like a few weeks.
Cool, I'm excited for it. I want to see some more like girl tank tops and stuff like that because it's really cute. And I also wanted to ask you guys, I heard some rumors about the shows coming up for this tour, that there's going to be some new features, and I was wondering if you guys could reiterate and any of that, like if there was going to be anything new we could expect.
Well, the main thing is that we're just pulling out a lot of songs we haven't played in a really long time, and just going on the message boards and seeing what fans want to hear. And we've been learning it's almost like learning some of them for the first time, because like Transistor had 30 almost so many songs on it that we took a long time to relearn a bunch of those. And so mainly it's going to be the song selection, but yeah, we're working on some new things with lights and stuff and
projection,
DJ between the bands and stuff like that.
Great. Yeah, I've been with you guys since I was like 13 years old, so I'm really excited to hear some of the old stuff and the new stuff as well. And I just want to thank you guys again, and tell everyone to check out the bulletin board on 311.com. It's a lot of fun, and we're with you guys for the long haul, all right?
That's sweet. Thanks.
Thanks, Laura.
Right.
Yeah, that bulletin board is where we stay in very close contact with our fans.
Do they have a place
it's amazing.
so they have a vote in terms of what songs you might be playing on an upcoming tour?
Petitions that say, get them to play Starshines in Cincinnati. Something, for example, was one recent one, with just like an obscure song that we have probably never played ever.
But hundreds of people, were signing on, asking us to play it. So
did you do it?
We're going to.
You're going to do it.
We practice the hell out of it.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
It's fun.
It has all these weird samples and
good exercise.
Yeah, I guess it does.
What else are you going to do with
it? In a way, and if you have over 100 songs, you're not sure. I mean, you got a pretty good idea of, a lot of the songs people want to hear, but you don't know every song. I mean, in a way, you could wouldn't hurt to put it to a vote and just give them what they want.
Elvis Costello had a wheel that you'd
Yeah,
spin.
that is such a great idea.
Yeah,
we went to the trouble of recording them, putting them on our albums. That's our legacy right there. So
That's
we
our
might
ballot.
as well whoop it out on stage.
I get pissed off sometimes when you get a best of. You get a best of CD and it's missing a couple songs that you like. Like, they didn't even make the best of cut sometimes.
It's sad. It's a sad day when that
Very
happens.
sad. True?
Mm-hmm.
Sad times.
Sad day.
All right.
Right here,
He's
Senator.
with us.
Let's we get paid the same. Can you guys believe that? The same pay. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's Loveline, man. That's Dr. Drew, 311 in here. Peanut Nick, both here from the band. Let's, good guys, too, wouldn't you say, Drew?
Absolutely.
I know. That sounded like you had to say it. But
Repeat customers. We've been here many times.
Before, yeah.
But what you see or what you hear is what you get with 311. Nice guys, thoughtful guys, smart guys, good musicians, sort of even.
High on life.
Yeah, and happy. Nice. Why shouldn't you be?
That's right. Life's too short to
That's
bitch.
good.
Anna?
Uh-huh.
Well, don't overdo it. Anna, you're 20. Bitching's great.
Up with people.
Adam has great sport in bitching.
Up with bitching.
Anna, you're 20. What's up?
Okay, well, I was going out with this girl in my freshman year, and we went out for 2 years, and then we broke up my sophomore year because she wanted to be with other people and
in college or in high school?
high school.
All right.
You're a lesbian.
Yes.
So then I got with this other girl, and we went out for 2 years.
You're a
But
lesbian.
Now, yeah. But now we're back together, and
You and the first girl.
yes.
All right. So?
And now, well, during that time, after my second girlfriend, I was with a guy,
Yeah.
and that bothers her, and
Really?
yes,
It bothers her.
it bothers her because she supposedly saved herself for me, and I didn't. And,
Well, but you were with her already before you were with the guy, right?
and she had already knew that before we got together again for the second time.
Yeah. Well, listen, she's nuts. I mean, listen, here's the problem, Anna. I got to be honest with you. Here's the problem with all the lesbians out there. A large percentage of you, at least the ones who call this show, were sort of created that you're not organically, biologically lesbian. I mean, that's the way you're going, and that's fine, and there's nothing you can do about it. But a lot of them are lesbians because something happened to them. They're victims of sexual crimes or something like that.
Yeah,
and so you're
Both sexually abused. All right. Well, there you go.
Well,
magically,
I'm a genius. Yeah. So you're both molested. So here's the problem. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Now, everyone thinks, oh, Adam, you're such a prick. But here's what I'm saying. The fact that you were both molested, in my mind, is what made you a lesbian. It doesn't mean for sure you wouldn't have been a lesbian, but this is oftentimes how it goes.
Right.
That doesn't mean you're not a lesbian. You know what I'm saying?
Or that you could change it.
Or that you could change it anyway. This is how you are, just like anyone else is how they are based on a lot of things that happen to them when they're young. There's no use trying to change that. But not only are you a lesbian, but you're a victim of molestation, which is going to give you some psychological problems and going to give you a little baggage. And so now you're dealing with somebody who is a victim of molestation who's going to have a lot of issues.
Make it difficult to have a healthy, intimate relationship.
Right. Forget the lesbian part. So you see what I'm saying?
Frustrating. It's so frustrating because I want to be with her, and
Yeah,
I
but-
love her so much. We love each other so much.
I know, but she's a difficult person.
You're with
She's
a guy
screwed
now.
up.
What do you mean you love her so much?
No, she was with a guy. She was polluted
now
by
she's
a
back.
penis.
I see.
It happened to me once.
I was polluted. Oh my God.
By a
You were
penis.
experimenting with college.
That's liquid sewage, and it's just basically a trough in which to convey the liquid sewage, the penis, the male phallus. It's a weapon to inject the liquid
I know
sewage.
your mom taught you that, but
she did.
It's dirty and it's bad.
I wanted to be open about.
Yeah. Listen, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. And the fact that you're with someone who is of a different gender should even be better for her.
Right.
I mean, less threatening.
Yeah, because you're a lesbian.
But Anna, you're dealing with someone who's a little screwed up.
And don't sit around feeling guilty. Really,
you did nothing wrong.
And there's nothing I can do about it. She even
Correct.
tells me.
Her craziness is going to drag you into her crazy dance with her.
What should I do, though?
You should get away from her. She's chaotic, and she's going to drag you into this crazy dance, and you're going to break up just like you broke up the first time, and then you'll get back together again, and before you know it, 6 years will go by, and you'll just be doing the crazy shuffle with this person. You don't sound as screwed up as she is. What's that?
What do you do?
All right, I don't know. Nothing.
Going around,
Listen,
whatever.
Here's the thing.
I want to stay on the radio.
You guys can't get pregnant, so I don't care. I mean, here's what I'm saying. These two people were molested. They're victims. They had something horrible done to them, and it is really equivalent to taking a piece of stereo equipment and just spilling beer all over the vent in the back of it and having a bunch of sparks fly out of it. That's the kind of damage you do when you have sex with your 6-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. There is no more scrambling than that. Then we expect these people to sort of go about their life at 19 and 20 and have healthy relationships and not act out and be fine. Impossible. And then if you put two of them together, now the blind are leading the blind. You got to get some counseling for what happened in the past. If she's not, she's going to be chaotic. You cannot dance with her.
Right.
That's what will happen. All right. But I'm not going to cure either one of them, and it's great that they're lesbians because they're not cranking out kids. What normally happens, if this is heterosexual couples, now they've cranked out a couple of kids by 19, and they're effing the kids up. That's where the tragedy comes. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mary?
Yes.
You're
hi.
23?
Yes, I'm 23. I
What's
just had a couple things to say about what you guys were talking about earlier about adult ADD and the drug nation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
First, I wanted to definitely agree. I think that prescription drugs commercials are totally wrong for society, and I think that they probably convince people that they have things that they most likely don't, and it's all money-based and all that.
Yeah.
Secondly, I just wanted to say that I have adult ADD, and I do take Ritalin. And I actually was going to call earlier about Wellbutrin just to ask Dr. Drew a couple questions.
I think you got a TV.
Well, if people have a family history of addiction, what I tell them to do is switch over to Wellbutrin or clonidine at 18.
Yeah, because I just started seeing another psychologist. He recommended Wellbutrin.
In addition to the Ritalin, or
no, instead of.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move.
Yeah, because I do have a history of addiction. I don't have any addictions, luckily.
Yeah.
But my family history.
Real smart psychiatrist you're dealing with.
Yeah, he's a psychologist, but yeah, so I was going to see a psychiatrist, although I haven't had a lot of luck with them being very specific. So I wanted to, on that end, ask about Wellbutrin. I heard that there's some antidepressant sides to Wellbutrin, as well as the effects it has on ADD.
Correct.
And I wanted to ask more about that.
What about it?
I feel like I'm not depressed.
Yeah, but you're taking it not for those effects, so that's not going to be an issue for you.
Yeah, but good times, you know.
You're taking it for the stimulant property, the dopaminergic effect.
Penis disgust. Fine. It started off so positive. I agree with you. I think those commercials are just profiting on.
Well, she's contemplating coming down. She's
good. That's a good move.
Lighter.
Read books. Stretch your attention span. Test yourself. Try and push yourself. Don't lean on a drug when your brain is capable of healing itself in those cases, I think.
There's some borderline cases, but
there's got to be.
There's some people that need it, and
for sure. I just think it's being spread on too thin of a layer where people do need it. Yeah.
I agree. All right, we got to take a break.
Scary.
I'm telling you, classical music and long walks. That'll straighten your ass.
Look what it's done for Adam.
Look at me. I'm
91
IQ. Thank you. That's the show. I want to thank Peanut Nick coming in here from 311. And tell you guys, Evolver's coming out in 2 weeks, and the tour starts in 1 week. And Mazel Tov to 311.
Thank you.
Always good to see you guys.
Right back to you.
Thanks for having us, and thanks to all the 311 fans that call in, and it feels nice.
Come back as soon as possible, whenever you want. And Les and Jake in here tomorrow night. So until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. I'm going to eat 7,000 rubbers, keg of roofies, and 600 wine coolers. I'm going back in time.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.